when you have a bad race, is like, especially your first one, you're like, no, I never want to do that again.
Yeah.
But then, like, as I thought about it more, I was like, I'm not a quitter. And
The Wandering Dutchman Podcast.
This is In Depth with the Dutchmen, the only show where the conversation matters most. We are joined here today by the first and only Dutchman athlete, Chase Bland.
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
Welcome to the show, brother man.
thank you.
Say a few words to the people out there.
Well, I had a lot of places to take my talents. There's a lot of podcasts out there after me, but but I knew that Wandering Dutchman Nation was a place to go.
Amen,
So,
brother.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
So, as some of you that may be following along know, we and we can kind of talk a little bit about it, Chase. It really started out kind of as a joke, right?
Yeah, at the Legion.
Yeah. So we were down at the Legion, and then I was just sitting there. I was like, you were talking about running your marathon.
Well, you were really just making fun of me because I wasn't drinking.
Oh, that's right.
oh, man.
Peer pressure.
Wow. And the interview's over. Thanks, guys. See you
Yeah,
next
thanks
week.
for coming. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, so I kind of was. I wouldn't say making fun. That's a strong term.
You're picking at me. Yeah.
Good-natured ribbing is
Okay.
what we're going to call it. And
ribbon.
so it kind of came to that. So we just decided to strike a deal. I told these guys. They were excited about it because none of us are going to go run a marathon.
Absolutely not.
No chance. And then it kind of went from
I
there.
bet this
so,
couch is wishing it could run away right now.
hey, I bet we could have a twister. That baby ain't moving. It's solid.
that, man.
So tell us just a little bit, tell us a little bit about the race, why you chose this race.
Well, I wanted to qualify for Boston, which did not happen.
Hey, that's all right.
We don't have to tell these people
Yeah,
this.
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I still
you
finished,
can't win
so-
them all.
okay.
Right,
You
right.
can't win them all.
So yeah, it's a really flat course. It's known for being fast. That was pretty much the reason I did it. I mean, I've never been to Houston, never been to Texas. So I thought
So
that'd be
basically,
kinda
you're
fun.
saying you were trying to take the easy way out? Or?
I mean, it's 26 miles though, so it can't really be easy. But no,
How
like
far are you going to run, man? Down a hill.
No shit. I'm glad he threw that one immediately right back. Yeah.
but yeah, so I went down there and it was a warm morning. Like, I mean, it was 60 degrees, which whenever you're here, I mean, it was like -10, like
Yeah.
4 weeks
Yeah.
before the race.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a pretty big shock to the system. But yeah, I cramped really, really bad around like mile 16, which everybody that followed along probably saw that.
I was watching like all day. Started out in the morning because that link that you had sent, and I was looking at it on the phone, and I was screenshotting, sending shit to
Yeah.
the boys, and I'm
Yeah.
like, God, he's killing it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
fast.
Like, look at our boy, he's getting it.
Yeah.
And then I did notice, like something must going on. Like I don't know if he had to take a dump or if he was getting, something gnarly was about to happen, and then come to find out, yeah, we seen that. But I knew you
Yeah.
said that you were going to struggle with the. What the hell was it? The goo?
Yeah.
Like the carb paste and all that and some other things?
Yeah, I mean, training wise, I prepared for that, but it definitely is still like I'm newer to the marathon scene, so I
Right.
mean, running before this, I was always doing like 5Ks and miles, so like way shorter distance.
Right.
So for non-runners, a 5K is about 3.
Yeah, a little over 3 miles.
A little over 3
3.1.
miles.
Yeah.
So you decided to run another 23 miles on top of that.
I mean, it sounded fun.
They're all great ideas are
Did you
born.
buy new shoes for that race?
So there are. You guys are really gonna make fun of me for this.
No,
there
no,
are.
no,
there are
no.
like special shoes that have came out in the last like I don't know 4 or 5 years they're not like a one-time use thing, but they're definitely like they don't last very long.
Right.
So yeah, they're pretty expensive as well. But they're
you
worth
bought 'em.
it. Yeah, I bought them. I mean, you go to the race though, and like I would say at least 90% of the people have them.
Really?
Yeah.
The good news
But
is-
how is that? Do you buy them early enough
To break them
to
in?
train?
So I have like a pair that I train in, and then I have like I buy them like 2 weeks before the race and do like one workout in them, and that way they
Wow.
break in a little bit, and then you race in them.
What makes those shoes different than like a pair of Brooks or Sauconys or whatever you would normally
Yeah,
run?
so like every brand now kind of has their own
Really?
super shoe. They call them super shoes.
Is that
But-
right?
Super shoes.
Yeah. So like they could probably make you guys run fast.
Magic
actually.
shoes.
There's no way that you're going to
Mama
make
said
any of
they's
us
my
run
magic
fast.
shoes.
So, but the most popular one's made by Nike, of course. But they're just made with a different foam, and that's really all that.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
That's
probably
memory.
It's like super responsive.
They take
they're
it out of
probably
somebody's
real
bed.
lightweight type running
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you wear a hat when you run?
I I did for this race.
Yeah. That's
Normally
why
I
we've seen
don't
that.
though. Like in like 5Ks or under, I usually don't.
Yeah.
Because you're running faster, so honestly it'll like kind of fall off.
Wow.
And you told us something crazy that you don't even listen to tunes or anything when you
No,
run.
yeah.
That's great. So you didn't on this
No,
one either, huh?
no, I don't listen
Just
to
a
anything.
man and his thoughts.
Yeah,
That's wild
I'm
to me.
alone on that. There's not many people that do that. I mean, there's quite a few, but most people listen to.
And
stuff.
now you said that was because you predominantly you couldn't do it in college,
Right, yeah.
So
So,
it's
like
just
high
kinda
school,
how you-
college, I couldn't. So I don't run with a phone. Like the extra weight, I
Yeah,
just can't do it.
that totally
So,
makes sense.
Yeah. So that kind of you can't run with music on the phone.
Yeah.
in this part. So,
So you talk about your running history. What is like? Did you start running at an early age? Did you pick it up late? Did you just?
Yeah. How does one nail down the idea? Just from an ignorant non-runner.
Because apparently it never bit any of us.
Yeah. So how does one get bit by said running bug? Because that absolutely sounds like pure torture to me.
well, actually, your neighbor over here, the Nelsons, Tyler Nelson.
Right, yeah,
We were.
Gary,
They
yeah.
babysat for me. So growing up, so we were always really close. And Tyler ran, and in 4th grade, I decided to go out for middle school. And they let me because our program struggles with numbers in general.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So yeah, they let me come out, and just kind of the rest was history. Like
So since 4th grade, you've been running.
yeah, since 4th grade, and then
Wow.
after high school, I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship, and yeah.
Now, where'd you run at?
So I originally went to Maryville University in St. Louis, which is a D2 school in the GLVC, and then I transferred to Kentucky Wesleyan down in Owensboro.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years. So
Yeah.
yeah,
K-Dub, the old mighty Panthers.
yep, yeah.
That's cool.
So how quick did you get your 26.2 sticker to put on the back of your vehicle?
Yeah.
I don't have it yet, only because okay.
Oh my gosh!
I actually, you got me on that. I do need to get it.
Well, yeah, because I feel like everybody, you have to, right? It's like a rite
Yeah,
of passage,
yeah,
like
it
kind of like if
is.
you drive a Jeep or some shit, it's like it's a
you're
Jeep
right.
thing,
Can you get us a sticker that says we sponsored you for
We
26.2?
sponsored 26 points.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be good.
Because that's the only way. That's the only way that we were going to do anything like that.
Well, this crazy bastard said, "Hey, maybe what would be funny is if you guys ran the next one with me."
oh
And
God.
I
yeah,
said,
they
"There's
have
no
a
way.
half and a 10K with it.
There's no way."
So I think it'd be funny if one of you guys did the 10K while I did the
Smoke
full.
is
and
one
see
bad
who
day away
wins.
from a heart attack. His knee problems are just
Yeah.
I think,
Very-
we should put a poll up for that.
no.
And I think that's a good idea. We should put a
No,
poll up
I don't
for
care
it.
what they say, Chase. I'm not running anything. And that's fine. I mean,
I would
did you
walk
hear
a
what he said?
5K.
I think that got spread. Did you hear what he just said? Like one of us sign up for the 10K, and he runs the full.
You guys could surely beat me.
Bullshit. You
Are
can
you
only
here
do
in the 26 in?
3 hours
hours?
and
I hope to go like 250 in the next one.
yeah. 2 hours and 50 minutes, and a 10K is what?
6.2.
6 point mile. God bless America.
my.
You think you could do it? Oh,
Okay.
So we got
For
a
those
guy
who
in the
didn't
back
hear,
tonight.
Arlo said he'd do it. He's
Arlo's
not
back.
mic'd up tonight.
Yeah, maybe we ought to tell them. Arlo is
Arlo
here.
is here. He's running the board back
Yeah,
there tonight.
he's
Some
back
of these,
there.
We're kind of running on some new gear tonight. So if the sound quality sounds different, that's
Arlo's gear.
so we're
And it's
kicking.
actually all new. We didn't give you a welcome back because all you in listener land, this is gonna be the first time you're seeing this particular.
We're really bad
format.
at this.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
really bad
we
at
don't
introducing
explain what
things.
we're doing. We just drop it in, but we welcome Chase in. But yeah, that's why there's no table. We're in a more
Yeah. So this is
sit and
going to
shoot
be
the
our
shit type of
spin-off show.
format.
Yeah.
but this is something we want to start doing. This is going to be probably a Tuesday, we think.
Yeah, Tuesday.
A Tuesday episode. That
Yeah.
We're not
That-
going to promise every week yet.
It
We
will
gotta
not
get
be
enough
every
people.
week yet
But
because I won't.
we got
be
lots
allowed
of folks.
to leave every week.
We got lots of folks wanting to be on the show. So, as we always said on the other episode, the other show, you keep saying it and we'll keep listening. And everybody asks for,
Another day to see our pretty faces.
more content. And
Yeah.
hey, do you ever have anybody on the show? So here we are with more content. And
Not that we're just going to start interviewing every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
No,
I don't want everybody to get
you
excited
gotta
about
be a
that.
guy like this. You got to have some cred.
Well, we sponsored this guy.
Or-
we're
or
invested in
deep
him.
pockets.
Yeah, that's true. Insert ad here.
yeah.
So we talked about wanting to qualify for Boston. Explain that a little bit because I'm going to be honest with you. Like when you got done, like we had texted.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we were like, hey,
really thought-
Chase, buddy, great job. Like, and we heard nothing. We heard nothing but crickets till
Yeah.
about 3 days later.
And why was that?
yeah, really. Why did you ghost us?
I was pretty disappointed. Well, and I was like dead. I mean, I found my mom and I was just like, I just want to go back to the hotel. And I took I was literally in the shower for like 3 hours. I just sat on the shower ground. I didn't move.
Nice.
And
I like
which
those.
it felt pretty good.
That's a good recovery.
And then we got something to eat. And then I went back to the hotel and I passed out.
What's the guy eat after a race like that?
Or what? Or what? Let's go before first.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Pre-race.
Yeah, pre-race. So
Okay, like
tell
the-
us. Let's just do this. Tell us how this whole thing unfolded from the time
so you left on a Thursday?
I left on Friday.
Okay, so you
got
leave
on the
Friday.
plane and go.
Yeah. So
Did you take a parachute on that plane?
I did not.
That's never gonna die. That is never gonna die. I
We'll
love
cover that deeper on.
it on the next
next
actual
episode.
episode of the Dutchman. Yeah, go ahead, Chase.
No, I did not take a parachute. I went to Louisville, flew to Dallas and to Houston, and we had some delays, which absolutely sucked. So going to we got to Dallas like late, and which we had a pretty long layover, so that wasn't a big deal. But food was definitely a challenge at the Dallas airport. Basically, only fast food was open, which, you know, less than 72 hours before that big of a race really wasn't ideal. But you do what you do.
We just ate at the Rodeo Bar at B37 terminal because it was only fast food opening at Dallas Fort Worth.
Dallas
Yeah.
Fort Worth. Okay. Yeah.
But so actually, I'll back up a little bit farther because I'm not going to make excuses because, you know,
I'm about to get blamed for something I can
No,
follow.
you're not
okay.
getting blamed.
Oh, okay.
Like, I ended up getting like the flu and strep like a week and a half, 2 weeks before the race. So
Oh.
yeah, so that was not ideal. It was. So like I couldn't really carb load or anything because I was sick and I just felt terrible.
Right.
But I wasn't gonna like not go. Like I mean, after I was sponsored and everything else, I couldn't like not go. So
We guilted this bastard into running 26.2 miles.
They're not run sicker than a dog.
so I felt good enough to run. So I went ahead down and we got to Houston late Friday night. Next morning, woke up. Went to a shakeout run which is just like a really easy like 20-30 minute run.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 20-mile run or something.
No.
A shakeout run?
Yeah, so it's just to, like
This is the day before the race.
Yeah, just to get like your blood flowing a little bit. And like after being on a plane like that for that long, it helps just kind of loosen up. So I did that in the morning with a bunch of other people that met at this. It's like a running company that put it on. And then after that, went and got brunch at this really cool place. It's called the Rustic. So if you're in Houston, it was really cool. It was like huge stage. It was interesting. Yeah,
Nice.
it
Live
was
too.
cool.
So yeah, hey, if you're listening in Houston, Texas, and you own the Rustic, you're welcome. Hit us up right here, right now.
And then we went and got my bib from the expo and all that stuff. Walked around there for a while.
Now
but-
your bib for the
yeah, so it's like the paper, like
the
with your number.
non-runners. That's the number deal there. Yeah.
And then what did we do after that? I think we just went back to the hotel and I took a nap. And
Ooh, I like naps.
yeah,
Big
yeah.
nap guy.
Big nap.
We are
guy.
a pro nap podcast.
Yeah.
That's right.
We
You
are
got to stay
definite-
well rested.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing outside of eating
yeah.
and the naps.
drinking beer.
Well, we could handle that.
Yeah.
So then I think I did eat. I had like some Gatorade. I mean, I was drinking like a ton of water this whole time too.
I did eat
also,
and I had some Gatorade.
Yeah. Also, I had to piss so bad on the flight from freaking Louisville to Dallas, and we got stuck out on the tarmac. And I was like, I gotta pee so bad. Like I got on the plane because I was drinking so much water, sat down, and was like, I gotta pee. I was like,
Well, because
oh,
the plane ride will dehydrate you.
right. So I had to drink a bunch of water while I was there.
Oh, man.
And like. You know, there's those awkward moments you're on a plane. Like, I don't want to get yelled at for like getting up.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Or,
you're
when
on the
seatbelt-
tarmac and
yeah,
they do
so like
not
I'm like,
let
I don't
you
know if I
get
can
up.
get up or not. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like telling my mom, like, my bladder's about to like blow.
Did
like,
you
I'm
piss in
about
a
to, like,
bottle?
No, but I feel like I would have got kicked off the plane.
That'd have been a better story if you did.
But it was terrible. But anyway, sidetrack. Yeah. So then I had some snacks. I think after my nap. Then I don't even remember. I think I ended up watching some basketball or something for a while. And then we went to this place called The Post, which was like an old post office building. It was like a big food court with like, it was like good food though. Like, have you guys been like the Garage in Indy? Or do you know what that is?
Never heard of it.
Okay, you should go there if you're in Indy. It's
Okay.
really cool.
Well, we'll be in Indy April.
Yeah, actually, yeah, April 7th and 8th. Yeah.
Yeah.
April Ace race.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we went there. I had some like chicken and rice, like vegetables.
Dave
and
looks
stuff.
puzzled. Where are we going?
It came back. Huh?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Went back, tried to sleep. Woke up at like 4 a.m. day of race, and
What time does race start?
it started at 7 Central. So this is all in Central time now.
Right. So you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so like those big races you do, because like I took like a bunch of gel. I took a gel, drank a bunch of like this carb drink basically, and just like it's like a breakfast. But for me, like I don't like eating solids the day before, like right before a race, because I'll throw up because I just get too nervous. So I usually drink,
Really?
yeah.
And you seem like not like a textbook nervous Nelly, but you seem
No,
like a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it like I would for sure throw up, but like I would be kind of. You just it's just one of
Uneasy.
the, it's
like
one of
for
those
me,
things that
I
you know
always
what you're-
I had to poop. You know, like you get the nervous poops. You know, like first day of school poop, or like a. Don't laugh at me, Arlo. What are you talking about? You're telling me on your first day of school, or like you're going to the first day of job.
Actually, he's probably gonna kill me for saying this, but Colson Montgomery gets the nervous poops.
Well, yeah, it's normal. See, me and Colson are kind of like the same in that.
Yeah, you guys are real close.
I get the
Cut from the same cloth.
One's a first round draft pick.
Yeah,
and-
to a professional
Podcaster.
podcaster
Yeah.
and beer drinker. But
Yeah.
no, I get the nervous shits, man, and so does my son. I think it might be like a genetic hereditary type.
the
thing.
Maxadoodle.
Yeah, the Maxadoodle. Yeah, he's getting pretty nappy too. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to. He did go up to Maxie's barbershop and get the sides trimmed, so it doesn't look so much helmety like on the sides and
gotcha.
shit.
So really, it sounds like your diet before the race
Sounds like freaking hell.
well, it sounded pretty normal, right?
Yeah, it is.
You
like,
think you go to Houston, you're gonna get some big ass
Barbecue.
Okay,
brisket,
no, like
some
so
shit
that's what
that, you know?
sucked, because like I actually really like I wanted to go like eat Mexican food or something. 'Cause,
Tex-Mex.
yeah, right.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
like I mean, obviously it's probably not.
Mexican food before a
Yeah,
race.
I mean,
Don't trust that fart.
Kick in the afterburners, boys. I got a shit.
so yeah, and then woke up 4 a.m., did all that stuff. It actually like the morning like flew by.
Oh, I'm sure, man. When your nerves are running like that.
And got to the corral and it was go time. So
The corral. Now that would be the starting line. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
so like based on your like time. Or
So
what
did you
should
just kind of
finish in.
walk up to the front and be like, "Excuse me, excuse me,
Excuse me. I'm trying for the pole spot
I'm
here.
pretty fast here."
So how does that work?
So they have like the elites, which is like the
which you are?
professional
You're
runners,
elite.
but-
You're elite.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
actually
we'll
are
say-
professional. You were sponsored.
I guess that's true.
You didn't
Yeah.
take any monetary money, but you got paid in PBR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and a
Which
shirt.
some would say like a hipster would say that's gold.
And a shirt.
Yeah.
Well,
he
bought.
You got a sticker.
and a sticker. Yeah, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
So yeah, they like you have to submit your time and like they do like different race times, and then that's how they put you in your corral. So there's like A, B, C, D, E, F, I think.
Like
and
different
that's-
flights, more
yeah,
or less.
Yeah.
Like if,
So they
if
start.
we were
you-
talking bass fishing or golf scrambles.
Yeah.
You were either in the first flight or the second flight,
Right.
third flight, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then we started, and it was.
So now, when you get into race mode, do you ever? I mean, I know you're not a big music guy or anything like that, but is there anything like going back to the high school days or the college race days and shit? Like, is there anything like pre-race that you do to get your mind right? Like, do you turn on something music type, or you say some prayers? Do you do backflips?
I say a prayer.
That's
but
cool,
like,
man.
yeah, I mean, running's like just. I mean, everybody's different, like in
For
how
sure.
they get.
Well, I
pumped for
don't know,
something,
but I
like-
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was much more like because running is just such a. I mean, it sucks. Like it hurts. And
Well,
there's
God,
nothing,
yeah,
like,
you're running 26
yeah, I mean,
freaking miles.
Right. So like it's more of like a get your like mental state right.
Yeah,
So it's
like
more
a-
like I think like Gene has the baseball guys do like a lot of meditation.
Yeah, we
stuff,
do.
like-
we do a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's more stuff like that just kind of gets your mind right.
Yeah,
and,
inner chakra, like you really
yeah.
got to lock in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just imagining you're getting up to the corral. You got your bib on. You're ready to go. Is there a moment where you just sit there and you're like, I'm not ready to do this?
So,
Like, what in the hell? Like, I could turn around and go get, like, oh, hey, guys, forgot my headphones. Got to go back and get them. And, like, you got the bib. They'll send you the sticker. Like,
I mean, I didn't have that this race. Now I'm not gonna say it's never like not happened to me before, but It definitely happened whenever the half marathoners like turned and I had to go right and half marathoners went left.
Oh, I bet that is a lonely
that
feeling.
kinda sinks in,
Especially
like,
whenever
hey,
I
this
was
is
like
real.
not feeling good. I was like, damn, if I could just turn left right now, that'd be pretty nice.
So what kind of people do you like? Because I'm imagining you have some people that come out like decked out in all the gear. Some people that like barely, like look like they just rolled out of bed. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it'd be a melting pot of people that spend a ton of money on running stuff, got the latest gear, got this, got that. And then you got guys like you that just roll in. I mean, you sponsored professional athlete, but it's kind of roll in and we're going to run.
Yeah.
Like it's got to take all kinds.
I definitely spend like a lot more money on running than I would like to say I do, but
But like on what though?
the shoes, the main thing, like they're expensive. Like to get the
Oh, I
what's
know.
a- what's
I
a
bought
pair?
Some, not
like
for me.
the ones I ran in,
Yeah.
like they're like $275.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And you wear them one time?
No, so like the ones I ran in now, I'm training in, and then I'll buy new. So it's like a rotation.
So when you get
it's
done with
expensive.
and training with those, we can hang them here in Smokers
Oh
Lounge.
yeah, I'll give them to you. I've got it. Actually, I can give you a pair of the ones I trained in this last time.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're gonna need
yeah.
those. Yeah, we got to have them.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't put him on the spot like that.
No,
Yeah.
you can ask that. You can ask it.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, you can ask it.
I want to know if you ever shit yourself.
So
Like maybe.
yeah, I have. This is back in college.
Bummer.
how come if we were gonna survey,
fist pumping?
if we're gonna survey Arlo, don't celebrate on his grave. If we were gonna poll most runners, I would say it's pretty frequent.
Zone.
Yeah, I mean it's not like. It's probably like 25%.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not super
Okay.
common, but
I thought maybe it was more
Probably just the
common.
people that really push.
Yeah.
Like
So did you think it was like a fart, and then all of a
oh
sudden,
no,
This
it was
full blown blowout.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
bad. So
no.
like I was at work, which I actually worked at a running store at the time when I was in college. Went for my run. It was someone's birthday, which was just a mistake. Anyway, they had a cake. Pretty sure the cake was bad because the icing did not taste right, but it was like that.
oh no,
It was like what's that icing that's not?
it's either buttercream or whipped cream.
Yeah, the whipped one. Yeah.
It just doesn't
I'm not a
taste, it tastes
fan.
like air. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's good, but like,
It's not good.
No,
it's
but
okay.
It's not.
We're
No,
big,
stop
We're
it.
big buttercream guys.
Buttercream fans here.
so anyway,
as you can, obviously.
so anyway, it just didn't taste right, and later on that day, I found out that it definitely was not
not
my
right.
taste was right.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
It I was in Owensboro. I was actually running with a high schooler who was from the. I ran into him on the trail and was just talking to him, whatever, and I knew him from down there. And it was the most embarrassing thing ever because I just told this kid, I was like, just go ahead. And he was like, why? And I was like, it's fine, just go ahead. And my stomach is like cramping so bad.
Oh,
and there's no like porta potties, there's nothing around.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I know where I'm at. There's a Dairy Queen that's like a half mile up the road. And I was like, if I can just get there, like I think I'll be good.
You're clenching cheeks a half
Wow.
mile to Dairy Queen.
That's like gambling with a loaded grenade, man. Like that is.
But like
that's
I had no
rough.
options because
No
I was like
way,
in the
you
middle
know?
of the
you drop
city.
trout
Like
in
what
the
do you,
trail.
Yeah.
Hey,
there's
they
like
do it.
so-
They do it in major cities all over the
Justine,
place.
So my wife and I have had this conversation several times because of women or whoever, not necessarily just women, but like people that work on the road or like they got a long commute,
Yeah.
A longer commute and stuff like that. I mean, these problems come up quite a bit,
They sneak up on you.
Yeah, and I told her I don't give a damn where I'm at. I'll be damned if I sit in my car and just full blown shit my pants. I will take my chances on getting an indecent exposure. You know what I mean? Like instead of I don't know if I could do it.
it'd be tough for sure.
Yeah. Like I don't know if I could just sit there and be like, well, this is it. Here we go.
So it
I'm
wasn't in
going
a
to,
competition.
No,
So it wasn't competition.
But I did almost make it to the Dairy Queen. Like it was an ice. Like I mean, I could see it. Nobody's on the trail. Okay, no one's there. There's like a little bridge, and I was like, all right, this is like I can't make it there.
Yeah.
So I go off the side of the trail.
Do your duty.
Yeah. It's definitely like a rough. Yeah, it's rough.
So you didn't full blown you didn't
well,
like feel
okay,
your
hold
britches.
on. So then
You don't have to answer this. We can get back on topic.
They're very prying questions that can potentially. No. So it happened more or less.
Yes.
Poor guy.
But there is a lady that ended up disrupting with her little dog, and it was just bad. So anyway, then that happens, and I of course, pulled my shorts up, and I get all the way back to my apartment, just still 2 miles away from where this happened, and my stomach, I felt better after that, obviously, but I had to run down Frederica, which is the busiest freaking street in Owensboro.
Yeah, Frederica Avenue
I had
is a big
shit
deal.
all the way down my leg, and I didn't even know it.
Until
I got back into my apartment, and I'm like, there's legit shit in my sock. It went all the way down.
Hey, for anybody out there listening to this show, if you don't think that professional distance runners are absolute badasses, you're freaking wrong.
Yeah, so I was underneath this bridge. This lady's walking her little dog. I have no idea what. I actually do remember what dog. It was a little Yorkie. And
I bet that dog remembers you.
it probably does. And she came out of nowhere because I looked around.
The Yorkie or the lady?
Both.
Well, both. To make sure that nobody was there to see, because I was I'm gonna this is.
I'm gonna.
I was literally gonna blow. So anyway, she comes down and this dog. I look up and I'm like, oh shit, and
Literally.
yeah, literally, and she just her eyes. I mean, she just looked at me in disgust, and I was like, I'm so sorry. So I pulled my pants up as fast as I can. I just take off running. I didn't even say anything to her. Because what do you say to that person?
Probably who is this homeless bum shitting under the bridge? Look at him go.
Awful nice shoes for a homeless guy.
He's pretty fast.
I mean, what do you say?
Nothing.
You don't.
Hey, good day to you. How's it going? Sorry, had to take a
You
dump
mind
here.
passing the Charmin?
Can I use your
You got any
Yorkie?
maple leaves up there? That would be wild, man. Those stories probably. We could sit here for 10 hours and probably talk about crazy shit you see and everything like that, race related. But so let's go back to the race when I said you had. You kind of fell off a little bit later in the race with you were fighting cramps bad.
Yeah.
And I think you had said at one point you had to get a biofreeze rubbed down and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So explain, obviously you're not a quitter.
No.
You're not going to quit.
Yeah, I was not.
He's
gonna
got
quit.
that dog in him.
He's a dog.
Got
He's
that
gonna,
dog.
He's going to persevere and keep trucking. And we all know how bad Charlie horses can be.
Oh, gosh.
When we're laying in bed at night or
Especially when
stub
you're
your
not
toe
athletic.
or getting in and out of the shower.
Get in the
or-
pool too soon after you ate.
Yeah, getting in the pool too soon after you eat. You break that 30-minute rule, we all know about
You don't wanna
that.
cramp
How
up.
life-threating cramps
Yeah.
could really be,
Yeah, that's right. Scary stuff there.
But so walk us through that. So that just sounds absolutely hellish and something that I would never want to go through. But tell us how that goes.
Yeah, when I got to the half marathon point, I was already slowing down just by choice because I knew something I was gonna blow up.
To answer that, but it brings up a point. How soon did you know today's not my day?
Oh, 10K in. So 6 miles in. I still had 20 miles to go, and I was like, this is gonna be rough. I
Just
could
because
tell.
you didn't have good vibes, you
Yeah.
knew something was goofy.
Yeah, which I kept trying to convince myself. Obviously, that early on, you're like, oh, it's fine. I'm fine.
See, that's what blows my mind, man. If you're fighting, if you're having mind games,
yeah, no, that's not
I'm
supposed
going
to
to tell
happen
you what, if
that.
I was running up half a mile in and I'm thinking, I'm done.
Yeah.
on them shows like the Survivor shows or the Alone show where you got that sat phone and then when you're ready to tap out you
They
call
make
that
that
sat
lonely
phone.
call.
I think I would have took my phone and had that Uber button ready to rip.
Yeah.
Hey, is there any way you could take me back to that steakhouse?
Well, so there literally is. So
No shit.
when you're on the course, once you get past half marathon, there's aid stations every mile. So at that point, then you can just drop out whenever you want. You go up to the aid station, you just tell them hey, I'm done, and they'll have a shuttle there in 5 minutes to pick you up and take you back to the
Really?
finish line.
And does that happen quite a bit?
Oh yeah,
Really?
So I got to 16 is where I finally had my first Charlie horse just cramp in my calf, and so I just stopped. I just stopped running, just walked for a little bit, started running again, And then at like 18 is when like everything cramped like really bad, like quads, just like everything.
So it's mostly in your lower body. Like
yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
get.
I didn't have any upper body cramps or anything.
So that would be like if you got one in your back or like in your neck. Or,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
You'll get a Charlie horse under your jaw.
Your jaw,
Oh, yeah,
dude. Like when
dude.
you yawn.
Yes,
like
like
if you
yawn.
yawn.
Knock you
Oh,
on your
those are
ass.
gnarly.
So it was like 21. Like I was just it was like running for a minute, well, like jogging for a minute, walking for a minute from like 18 to like the finish. But I got to 21 and I went to the aid station because I was like, I need something. Like I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Like I don't think my body is physically going to be able to finish. And I went over there and like there's like 4 people that come up to like the aid station like, hey, I'm done. And they're like, okay, the shuttle will be here in like 7 minutes. I'm like, as I'm like trying to convince myself, like keep going. I'm like, you've got to, yeah, like
Why did you even say that?
right.
God.
So then like they like put their gloves on and everything. They're like, what do you need? And I'm like, I'm just cramping. Like I know there's really not a lot you can do. They're like, okay, well, like, do you want some like biofreeze? And I'm like, sure. So they just like. I've never seen this much biofreeze put on a person before. And they just like, I mean, I was like blue. Like my legs were legit blue. Like I still have stains on my shoes from the biofreeze.
Really?
And like,
Grease them up like
I
that.
was gonna say.
so I just kept running and like, I got to 24 then. Cause actually I got a little bit better after that. There was like some pickle juice on there, like some like really generous people had some pickle juice and they're like giving it to people.
Oh, yeah.
Cause like the left side of the road was like people that were still like feeling good. Like actually were like running smart, didn't go out too hard. We're going to finish strong. And then the right side of the road was just like, looked like death. Like you
Blue
just saw
legs.
people like
Blue
yeah,
leg.
people
People
just
with
like
blue legs.
people just like barely walking. Like
pickle juice
they'd be like
breath.
jogging for a second, then you'd see them like hop because they get like a Charlie horse and couldn't
Oh,
run. So yeah, it was just
no.
like it was so funny because you could see that like and because you didn't want to get ran over by somebody that's actually like running or getting their way. So it's like like just a courteous thing to do.
So
And,
we're talking like a full width road here, or
Yeah, it's like a full road.
and there's that many. Like,
Oh, yeah,
we're
like-
thinking about lap traffic that bad, huh? Or like
Yeah.
people that
there's
could
a bunch of
potentially-
people that were in the same boat as me. I think just because of the heat, like once you get to that point, it's like total carnage. You just
So
have
you-
people that die.
You said something interesting there,
Wow.
like people that kind of came out and planned their race a little bit better.
Yeah.
So one, do you think you came out a little too strong?
No.
And two, like when you're planning that race, like what was your like strategy going into it? Because I know we can talk about Boston and training and what you need to be under for
Yeah.
that, but kind of take us into the mental side, not the get ready, but like, hey, here's my game plan. I want to start out. I want to be in a comfortable pace early. Like, kind of how does that work?
Yeah, like I mean, a lot of it just goes back to training, like what you get used to. I like there's all sorts of conversions that say like if you can run a half marathon at this time, you should be able to run a marathon at this time. If you
Right.
can run like a 5K at this time, you should be able to run a half marathon at this time. Like there's all sorts of stuff like that that are all like backed up by formulas and other stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, I should be able to run like a 2:42 or something based on like my half time.
according to the algorithm.
Yeah, but like obviously training wasn't like I didn't have the greatest build going in. I mean, it was good, but like it's your first build like training wise, so I knew stuff wasn't going to be like fantastic, and then getting sick just really.
And this
like,
is your.
Yeah.
This
Killed
was
it.
like you had told us. This was your legitimate first time you had ever ran 26
yeah.
miles.
So I never ran 26. Like in training, the farthest I did was 20, and I was supposed to do another 20 like the week I got sick, so I couldn't even do that 20. So that like confidence wise, like really screwed with my head. But
Right.
Yeah, so and like I mean, yeah, I could have just been like, this is my first one. I'm just gonna try. Like, I mean, if I was gonna be smart, like I probably should have said like, hey, 3 hours. Like, let's just go for 2:59 and just try to qualify for Boston because you have to run under 3 to qualify for Boston.
Right.
So it's been like that's all we're gonna do today, but. That's not who I am. Like I'm
Right,
going full
that's what I'm saying,
send.
'cause I feel
I'm
like if
going
you
all
got
in
that
on
dog,
that.
If you
Yeah.
come out of the gate too hot, you basically kick your own
Yeah,
ass.
that's
and
just what
then-
happened.
Yeah.
So, which I think even on like that day, if I would have like went out at 3 hour pace, I still think I would have cramped. Like, it may have been later in the race, but my body was just not going to cooperate on that day,
Right.
which is fine. I mean, everybody has those days. But I mean, yeah.
But looking forward, I mean, going forward, you got that one under your belt. So now,
Yeah, I learned a lot. Like,
yeah,
I
that's
learned
what I'm
a
saying.
whole-
So now
yeah.
that's a huge learning
Right.
experience.
What was the biggest takeaway then from Houston as we go into Carmel?
So the day before I drank a ton of water and like the carb drink I have, but I didn't take a lot of electrolytes, so I didn't have very much salt. So I'm thinking like cramping wise, that was where I went wrong. Was I was just thinking like just water, water, water. So I like there's some stuff I already have like bought that is going to be like it's basically like advanced Gatorade or something. Like it's a different brand, but it's just like
Pedialyte.
I actually
Liquid
drink.
IV.
Yeah,
Liquid
it's
IV.
similar like that stuff.
Would that
So,
stuff help with the hangover? Because that's where we may use that.
Oh yeah, Liquid IV does. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of the
Well,
Liquid
we
IV.
got the liquid IV down at the house.
Yeah. What flavor do you
Keep it
like?
here.
I love that golden cherry.
See, Justine's more of a like the yellow packet. What's it like?
Lemon.
Lemon?
No,
Lime?
it's like an orangey, like a mango type.
Yeah, it's like is it like
I think
mango
I'd just like
tangerine?
the
or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
what it is.
Yeah.
Mango tangerine. Yeah, that's what the warden
So
likes.
that's what I think I'm gonna do. I mean, and then obviously like not getting sick a week to 2 weeks before.
That'd be
is
pretty-
the
that'd
other thing to not
That'd be pretty
do.
crucial. Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
overall, good experience.
It sucked, but yeah, it was a good experience.
We know it sucked. Like we
Yeah,
could
no,
tell.
it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like I had a really good weekend. It was cool being a part of it. Like the Houston Marathon's like huge. The American record was broken the half marathon on the women's side, so that was really cool. Like I didn't get to watch it, but like just being there and like just feeling that kind of like the energy from that
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, there was. I mean, it's like everyone knows in the running community, like it is the place to go for like marathon, half marathon stuff.
It's the Houston
fast.
race is.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like
It's
you
just
said,
so fast. It's just flat. Like Boston isn't necessarily fast. It's Boston. Like it's prestigious. It's Boston. That's why everybody. That's probably. I mean, it's the biggest road race in America. Like to most people, that's what everyone thinks of when they hear what's the marathon. You think
Yeah.
Boston Marathon.
right.
The gas station.
So why? So Kate, to hit back what Casey said too is like the. See, we got one coming up in Carmel.
Yeah.
That's
April 8th.
that's our next stop.
April 8th in Carmel. It's I think it's like in 2021 it was like the 7th best like percentage of like runners to beat to Boston qualifying. So it's known for that. Yeah, I mean as long as the weather cooperates, like I mean it's Indiana, so you never know like what's
Right.
gonna happen in April. But as long as the weather cooperates, I think it'll be a good day. It's a pretty flat course as well.
So that'll be another qualifier for Boston.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm still probably going to try to shoot for like 252 to 248. So I'll probably go a little aggressive rather than just going for 3.
We're just going to try to punch our ticket.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we're going for.
Well, because the hope of it is we get to go to Boston too.
yeah. I mean, we will go.
Yeah, we will
Right,
load.
Dave?
We'll go.
We'll load up the Suburban
Yeah.
and we'll road trip that because we don't want to fly because we don't have enough parachutes.
No.
But we will.
Or they'll think we're a bunch of drug smugglers
Yeah.
when Arlo shows up with 50 Pelican
Yeah.
boxes full of recording equipment.
So we get Carmel. Now, from a spectator approach, because
good
honestly, like I was very surprised how the Wanderer community responded. And I mean, I think it was unreal. Like we
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
think it was going to be that. We were like,
Yeah.
Chase knows a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
he's a Dutchman himself. But like,
No, yeah, like
talk about
seriously.
that a little bit because you told me, like, my phone was just blowing up.
Yeah, like the support I had was like unbelievable. Like I seriously thank everybody so much for like the support. Like I literally went to that start line. Like I mean, there was like a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie. There's like a million people watching me, but no, it was really cool. Like and that's what ultimately got me through like that race. Was like I knew like those last like 6 miles, and I was like I physically don't know if my body's gonna be able to do it. Like it was because of all the supporters that are out there.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
I knew that he had, because like after he had ghosted us, and I texted Dave and I texted Casey a couple times. I'm like, hey, you think little feller's still alive or really what's going on? And then finally we heard back from him.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing that he had said. He's like, man, if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think I would have finished. I think I probably would have taken one of them Uber rides. But I knew that I had a lot of guys in my
I
corner.
still can't believe they do that. Like that was like demoralizing to hear
For
that.
sure.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now.
It almost reminds you of Bud's SEAL training.
Exactly.
When
I
you
was-
go out there and ring the bell.
Yeah.
And you just like
You
you're
can't
one
hack
of
it.
two people. You're either one that, oh, that's another one down and I'm stronger than them, or you're like, all I gotta do is go out there and ring that bell and I'm done.
Yeah. I think it's like a big mind over matter type
Yeah.
thing.
But that's kind of badass that you pushed your body to its most physical limits on a day.
Yeah, that was the one thing I walked away like that I was actually I mean I was super disappointed, but like that I was actually happy about.
Yeah.
It's like I left literally nothing. Like, I mean, I could barely, like, they actually, so it's funny because they like single people out like in the last like 100 meters, where they'd like look at people and how they're like running, and they'd have like wheelchairs ready for you, like based on who they thought would need a wheelchair. And like they like came up to like, do you need a wheelchair? Do you need a wheelchair? I'm like, I don't know. Like, and you're like so out of it. Like, I was like, I don't know. And I didn't take it though. I walked.
I had a
'Cause you got that
Fogo de
dog.
Chao
Yeah.
a few days ago and had a similar experience. Like I
What'd you say?
ate a Fogo de Chao a few days ago. Pushed myself beyond.
Wheeled out.
Nobody offered the wheelchair, but I'd have taken it. But I did have to pace myself there, and I felt like I pushed myself forward.
I've
We'll
never
see
been
what
to
the
one, but
cholesterol
man,
is
I
like
would love to do that. I'd keep that freaking coin on green the whole time,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Just keep on.
There's
feeding
one
me.
up in Indy, so maybe when we go watch the race,
Oh, that ain't
Hey,
good.
post race.
Post race.
Post-race.
Okay.
Oh, we'll
so,
take Chase, man. Yeah, we'll take him.
So we've not put this on the calendar yet. We've not told our wives, but I think we're all in on
yeah.
April 7th. Is it a Saturday or Sunday?
It's a Saturday.
The race is Saturday.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Let me look real
So
quick.
the Dutchmen will set up shop on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Well,
just
maybe.
stay
It's
up
the 8th.
there.
It's the 8th. The Friday is the 7th. I have to be up there Friday. But like
Well, that means
The
we have
race
to be
is
up there
8th
Friday.
on
but the race is the
Saturday.
8th, yeah.
Perfect.
Now around San Diego, they had all these guys with like the tricycle bicycles. You know what I'm talking about? And kind of like a taxi. I wonder if we get one of those to haul our three big asses like behind the crowd to.
So how would that work? Where can we follow along? Like when we get there, because obviously, you know, I think we're probably going to upgrade you with maybe like a sweet track suit that you could rip off when you get to the
for
line.
sure.
Rip them britches right
Yeah,
off.
just ready to go. Just make sure you put your running shorts on underneath there,
Yeah, that's
because
crucial.
we don't want to be involved in a scandal. But maybe we do. There's no such thing
Scandals
as
are good for publicity.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Get you more cred.
So how are we going to be able to follow along at Carmel?
So the course is set up to where you guys should be able to see quite a bit because it's like two rectangles like side by side. So like
With a roundabout?
there is actually you do go. I mean, it's Carmel. So there's like a crap ton of roundabouts.
Be
but-
careful
Oh,
with those
boy,
roundabouts. Don't get lost in them.
But
They just put like an air tag on you.
you can do that.
We're
yeah.
not doing that.
We don't wanna
'cause
slow
it's
him
too
down.
much weight.
Oh, an air tag?
Yeah, we want him to be light.
Yeah.
Light.
He's gonna be light
I
as a
don't
feather.
know if this one is going because it's not as big. I don't know if this one will have like live tracking. Like I know they do tracking because they have like mats, but I think it'll be like he came through 5K at this point, and then you won't be able to see me like on a map running.
More like
It's just like text message alerts, like,
quarterly updates
yeah,
type things.
yeah.
I
So
imagine a low jack would be too heavy, but an air tag is nothing.
so the AirTag might actually. I may
Where are we
do
going to
that.
put it?
Like just hang it off.
Have
with
him
his
Oh,
key
you
bib.
got, like there's little like pockets.
This isn't a prison
Jesus
break.
Christ.
Well, we'll get him a Wandering Dutchman headband.
Now, yeah, are you a headband guy or just a hat guy?
I wear a hat in the marathon because that way, like, you can put like water and stuff. Like, it just
You can
helps
put
with
water
it.
in your hat.
Well, like you can pour it on it, which is better than like
Holds the water
yeah.
retention.
So is it like one of them little European biker caps?
It
that
That's
is
you
what I
wear?
was going to say.
actually.
You remember the movie White Man Can't Jump with
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes? And Woody always wore that little like
Yeah.
it was like a running hat or like
Yeah, well, that's
something like
welder
that.
It's
cap,
a yeah, it's a
almost.
little.
What is it? Oh yeah, sort of a welder's
Yeah,
cap.
it's pretty
Yes.
small.
Yeah.
For our blue collar community, they'd probably be able to closely assimilate it to a
Yeah,
welder's cap.
cap. Yeah.
So so what's our training right now? Like obviously you're having a couple cold ones.
Yeah. So
April's a minute away though.
Yeah.
I took a week off after Houston. Obviously, my body was like destroyed. Just got back into it this week. It's been good this week. It's basically just kind of like getting back into it, so it's nothing like too strenuous. I mean, today I did 14, which was like my long run.
Good.
So what's it like when you get
14 miles. Now is this treadmill running?
No,
Or
I
did
ran
you go
outside today.
Well, it wasn't
Yeah.
that bad outside today.
No, it was a little wet, but it was.
Where
So
do you
what's it
run?
like-
I ran in Jasper. Just yeah.
What do you mean you ran in Jasper?
He went
Well,
to the town of Jasper and
yeah.
he ran.
Well, obviously, David, I know what
I went
that
to like the
means.
One foot after the
Riverwalk,
other,
ran out the
Mace.
Riverwalk, went to like downtown, then went to like the baseball fields. Like all that area where
Parklands,
it's-
that's it, yeah.
Well, I know I went like to the like youth baseball fields. It's
So
flat
why
out there.
what makes you choose to run there as opposed to somewhere else, like to train? I guess.
I mean, it just
similar terrain.
yeah, it's flat, so that was one reason. I mean, there's not like a whole lot of flat areas to run in this county.
well, no, you're right.
yeah, but like I mean, on my normal like just daily runs, I'll do it at like Huntingburg, like I'll run from my apartment to the park. I'll run around the high school. I'll run I usually run in Huntingburg.
Yeah.
Or in Holland for
sure.
So what is it like? You get done running a marathon, you're disappointed in it, and then you turn around and you're like, well, going to start training again. What's that first run like?
It was I was like, why the hell am I doing this? But no, like I'm
no,
not
you don't have to say, well, no. I guarantee that.
And no, it did
cross
suck.
your
It
mind,
sucked. Like,
this is
yeah, and I
stupid.
mean, there was a point where I was like, do I ever want to do that again? Like, and like at first, I feel like most people's thoughts are like, when you have a bad race, is like, especially your first one, they're like, no, I never want to do that again.
Yeah.
But then, like, as I thought about it more, I was like, I'm not a quitter, and
Hey,
I
got
know-
that dog. He's
Yeah.
a dog. He got that dog in him.
Yeah, I mean, like here in Holland, that's our mentality. So,
yeah.
So
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I didn't, I was like, I wanted to qualify for Boston. I know I can. Like, I'm confident in myself to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And it was revenge time. Like at that point, like
Hell
now,
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm
Lit
like
that
locked
fire
in.
under his ass, boy.
Yeah. So
Hey, I'm just going to throw this out there. Can you imagine us standing at the end of the finish line at 2 hours and 53 minutes?
Yeah.
He's going to get hot.
Yeah.
And it's just beer showers for all of us.
Yeah,
It's like we
dude.
just won the World Series.
Painted chests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
shit, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, could you
know what
just
I'm talking
imagine
about?
that scene?
Yeah.
Like nobody would have a clue what was
Straight
going
stone
on.
cold and tall boy PBR.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
That's our boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's a
I mean,
celebration.
would we be? I mean, there's probably not much of that in a typical race finish.
not
huh?
really.
And in
no.
Carmel, that might be more of a wine and cheese crowd.
Yeah, probably.
Could be a wine and cheese crowd. Hey, do you have that Chardonnay?
Hoity.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys could always like set up a tent and give out some beer and stuff to
Tailgate.
runners. Like that is a legit thing.
They
Well,
do that?
Oh yeah, like
After a marathon.
No, I'm talking like during
During a race.
I
We'll
like
just start knocking them sons
there was
of
like
bitches
a
out.
yeah there was
Yeah,
like a
one right
frat.
after the other.
Help
Yes.
his chances.
Well, Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
That might have
We're
been
throwing
too far.
sticks at their shins and stuff. All right, Chase, I'll get this one. Hammer down. So people hand beer to people running?
Yeah, like I was at mile 23, was it? I don't remember. Everything was such a blur, but like it was like somewhere between 21 and 24, and there was just like definitely like a frat down at Houston that had like a tent. Like I think they were probably out there like
Yeah.
volunteering, and they were like trying to like get me to shotgun a beer, and I was like, guys, like if I like, I mean, if my race was already like completely destroyed, but I was like, if I like could confidently think like I could get to the finish line right now, I would totally do it. But
Shotgun
but
beer
I
for you
didn't
when
think
you
I
come
could get
by.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, and I think we kind
and
of
people
want to.
do it. Like people really do take beer. Like
I think we want to kind of follow him though.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's where we
Can
got to
you
get
do
the guy
that?
with the bicycle.
Can you
yeah.
do that?
You can like, especially with these smaller ones. Like this is like more of like a regional marathon. So like
Yeah.
you can easily like drive from point to point, like and go from each location. Yeah, it's
Wow.
definitely doable.
Yeah, but then if we put an air tag or something, like you said, if we did
Yeah,
that.
then you
in
can
one
kind
of
of
the
see like
pasties.
where I'm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We need to cover that too. So, Arlo, throw the shirt in here. Let's take another look at that for all those people that missed the initial shirt. So this is what you wore.
It might still be
Chase.
a little wet. I just washed it.
So Chase, you wore this jersey for us.
Yeah.
We had it custom printed.
I don't know.
You know, this is what we wore. So now in the
We
past,
didn't wear it.
Well, no,
We
we
wouldn't
did
fit
as a
into
team. We're a team. We're a team.
We are a team.
So this is what we wore for the race that we ran in, and now you had said before, Dave said something about pasties, that you had sent us a picture, or you showed us a picture that night of legitimate bloody nipples,
Yeah, it's a thing.
and that absolutely, like I still cannot fathom
How a shirt.
could do that.
Yeah.
And did you wore pasties this race?
yeah, I had tape on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did the shirt perform well?
Yeah, it
Okay.
did.
Now let's
I was
ask-
afraid that sublimination, whatever
The logo.
sticker thing would like cause some extra
Oh no,
chafage.
it was fine. It was fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, is that shirt retired? Is it done?
No, I'm gonna wear it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because I remember you said
I mean,
that night.
unless we behind the scenes figure something else out, and we want to do something.
Well,
like
I
that,
mean,
but-
I'm just.
Well,
I think-
we just thought, remember that night when I said, you want to try it on? He said, no, it might be bad juju.
oh no, yeah,
You know what I
it's-
mean?
It's good.
we
yeah.
got to get Houston off of us.
Yeah.
We got to get Houston out of our system.
Yeah.
And be ready for
You need a
Carmel.
new color? I mean, is white your color?
Or do you like black or gray?
Oh, boy.
Gold?
Oh.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure
Okay.
it out.
So what we're saying is if you want to wear that, by all means, you're going to wear it.
Yeah.
But if you want something new, God bless America, we'll get you something.
Well, because
new.
we're going to put you in a tracksuit, too.
Yeah, we got to get a
Pre-race
tracksuit.
tracksuit.
Yeah.
We're
Now,
going to
is
wear
that something
matching
that people do?
tracksuits.
Matching.
Yeah.
Do people wear tracksuits to warm up in and
They do.
whatnot?
I mean, the ones that are like sponsored by like Adidas, Nike, whatever, that they do. Yeah.
Well, you're sponsored by the
Wandering Dutchman.
which is
right.
basically
Well,
the same thing, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
so we'll
Are you
definitely
going to be
have to get
super
you.
embarrassed if our three fat asses are wearing matching
We're going to
tracksuits?
look like Russian mobsters or some shit coming in there.
Like he owes us money. Like he
Like,
owes
which
us.
one of these fat bastards are getting ready to roundhouse kick him any minute? Here he comes.
And then they'll see us walk into Fogo de Chao.
With a marathon runner. They'll probably think he's got like personal security or
Yeah,
some
hell
shit. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like this
probably,
guy.
We might have to hire a whole. I don't know if Arlo could handle all that recording.
Oh yeah.
We'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
So we're going to Carmel, and so to qualify for Boston, you have to be under 3 hours.
Yep.
That's for your age group, right?
Yeah, it's like 18 to 34, I think.
So if we come in at 2:59, are we guaranteed a spot or?
No, you're not, which is kind of the thing. But like the last, I think 2 or 3 years, you would be in, yes. But they go off like the number of entries, so they cap it at a certain point. So then they only take like X amount from this age group, X amount from so yeah, you have to. So there might be like 1 year where they're like, oh, you actually, in order to get in, you can register if you're under 3, but they only take like people that were 5 minutes under. So like the faster you are, the better your chances. So
Makes
you
sense.
want to be like, if you're under, I think the biggest it's ever been was like, I think 8 minutes. So if you're like 252, that was like during the running boom though. So like as long as you're like 5 minutes under, you should be fine.
Oh, the running
Man,
boom.
I can't imagine doing something that physical, I guess, and not having tunes on in the back to
Oh, yeah, I
fire
know.
me up to just
Well, you are Chopper Dave.
like I feel like I just need to show up with a boombox above my head there and I don't know, trot my fat ass as close as I can. Thanks, Arlo. Right behind you. Like, I don't know, something to.
Yeah, like
you
there's a
all
lot of,
amped
I
up.
mean, there's a lot of entertainment on the course. Like at Houston there was, because it's a really, really big one. Carmel, there probably will not be as much. just
Now,
'cause
when you
it's
say
smaller.
entertainment, are you talking like?
They had like Elvis's.
Ooh, Elvis's.
Yeah. They had like a bunch of high school marching bands like playing music and stuff.
Wow. Now, do you wear costumes? Do people wear costumes when they run sometimes?
Yeah, there's usually like this last one I saw a dude that had like it was a firefighter. He had like a tank on and every
What a badass.
Yeah, and he did the half. He didn't do the full, but still,
Whoa,
like
yeah.
it's
What
it's
a
legit.
badass.
Like it was so freaking hot. Like I mean, for being January in Houston, like he looked like he was hurting pretty bad, but I'm sure he finished.
Unreal.
I would say so. That'd be tough.
Well, I'm fully ready to go on a run, I guess, maybe. Proverbially,
Yeah, we're gonna run vicariously through him.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, for everybody listening, Arlo wants to know who your supporters are. Who do you look up to in this sport? And,
Who's your inspiration?
Yeah,
Steve Prefontaine.
I mean, I feel like every runner in Prefontaine is there.
I figured that was a good
But, yeah.
starting point.
Like my brother actually, Dylan, he's like my inspiration now to get back into it. Like after college, I mean, I was like done. Like, you for the last like up to that point for 10 years, like I gave everything I had to the sport, and like mentally and physically. Like I had a stress fracture, countless tendonitis that you just run through, like all sorts of I had like what else did there's so many injuries, and like
Wow.
it just once I mean, I was done. Like I was still coaching at our high school, and that was how I was staying in the sport. But like me running, I thought I would be like that was it. Like I was ready to be done, just because I didn't really think it was fun anymore. But then I started missing a little bit, got back into it, just doing a little bit here and there, and then I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I need to commit. And my brother really like pushed me to do it, and yeah. So I mean, he's definitely my inspiration now, and he's killing it down at USI. He runs at USI. And then like supporters, like my family, my mom went down to Houston with me. Like that was huge. She actually walked out onto the course because she knew I was like dying. And so she walked out to like mile 24. And she like surprised me because I didn't think she was going to be out there. And she's like, "Are you okay? Like, what do you know? Do you need anything?" And like, that helped a lot to get me to the finish line.
Oh, yeah.
She rode on a tram with a bunch of homeless people. To get to like mile 9 to see me, so that was pretty big.
Your mom is a great person, man. I know she's the nurse and stuff like that, and has helped my family personally in some trying times, with elderly relatives and shit like that. So shout out to Miss Teresa. She's a great person.
So and my dad and like all of my family, like that's where the real support is. I mean, and the community, like, but yeah, my family supports me and whatever, and that's huge. So yeah, it's a good question.
Good. So as we kind of start wrapping up here, final questions around the room.
I've really never had to muster up questions for a marathon runner, but I think it's kind of opened my eyes a lot for a non-runner to listen to you talk about running. And I won't have a final question. It'll just be more of a final thought.
Yeah.
But
we could do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've been drilling him. Pretty hard.
A lot
here.
of questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions, and which is natural for a non-runner such as us. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to speak for Casey and Dave here, but we don't do very much running.
Yeah, I think you guys should do like
You got an Indiana State bird crawling up your boots.
I saw
there.
that.
Oh yeah, here, go on now, get. But anyway, my final thought would be, Chase, I can't wait to get to Carmel. Take this show on the road.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Get up there and watch you kick ass and scream like an idiot when you cross the finish line, and then maybe go to Fogo de Chao. So, yeah, man, we're all pulling for you. And you got to wear that thing with pride, brother,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
we're all pulling for you. And I know a lot of the other Dutchmen and the Wanderers, they're all rooting for you. So
Yeah, I
that's
appreciate
what I
that.
got.
Smoke. What about you?
I just want to thank you for, doing what you're doing, letting us sponsor us. It's cool for us, too.
Oh, yeah.
And also being the first interviewee, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an honor.
Kind of new territory for us there, too.
Oh, yeah.
So we're glad to do it with
Now,
you.
if it was like our first episode, it doesn't get played
Yeah,
ever.
no, this will definitely get played.
Yeah,
This-
definitely.
This
gonna
one's
get
hitting
played.
the
Okay.
market for sure. Yeah.
But no, man, just let us know what you need. I don't have any questions. I learned more now than I knew coming into it. But
Yeah.
other than that, just let us know how to.
Yeah.
Support.
I'll definitely send you guys updates as training's going, so you guys might be able to send something out if that's something you guys want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
definitely want to do it.
Everybody wants to know
I was going to
what's
say,
going
I'm
on.
sure they all want to know.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess my final thing is it kind of started out as a gag joke to a little bit, and I think a lot of people thought, probably even you included, and then I was like, hell no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Gage, Cody, all those guys, they were like, I can't believe that actually happened.
Yeah.
They were like shocked.
Yeah. So, but some of the best ideas come up when you're sitting around having beers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
dude, we were super pumped, like checking in on the race progress, and know it didn't finish the way you wanted it to, and come up a little bit short from time, but
But it'll be better this
it'll be
way.
better. And I think we're fully committed to Carmel,
That's right.
and we're fully committed to Boston when it comes up.
Hell
When
yeah.
is Boston?
It'll be in 2024 in April.
Perfect.
Like when
Perfect.
Perfect.
We'll have to just make sure we got to find a spot to park our car.
Yeah, don't lose your khakis.
I bet there's 400,000 people that'll just never listen again.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But dude, we're supporting you all the way,
Hell
and
yeah,
we
man.
thank you coming in, and Arlo working behind the scenes today. But
right.
yeah, we're just pumped. I mean, I think it's shined a little light on something that we don't know anything about, and obviously hearing about it, and I think it's cool when humans push themselves to like that breaking point, that limit. So I think it's awesome. But I think
yeah.
it's been very fun. I don't know. Usually we wrap it up by pointing on the way out, but I guess we could give our interviewee a chance to.
Final words.
Yeah, what's
Final
your final
words.
thought, brother?
you know, like I really, you guys, thank you guys so much for letting me do this. Like it was a blast. It still is, and I think it's gonna be. I'm super excited for Carmel. Yeah. So keep doing what you guys do. Everybody loves it. That's pretty much all I got.
Hell yeah, man.
There we go.
Maybe this goes with the cheers then. A little tap your glass there.
Yeah,
That's
there we
right.
go.
Cheers to Chase.
Here we go.
Dutchman out.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.